So in Power BI, we have an option called this get data. So where you can connect your data for more than 100 sources. Because of this get data option, your Power BI is so popular and it is so demanding. So we have done only, or we have connected the data only by using Excel, but we can do with any other tools also. Now let me show you how we can connect to the web. So let me go and type your web. So I'm going to fetch the data from the internet that should be live. So let me click on web and let me click on connect. So if I click on connect, it will ask you for the URL. So it will ask you for the URL. So you need to paste the URL link here. So let me open Google. Yeah, so let me go open Google. I'll just take COVID-19. Let me type here, and I have a website. Let me check. COVID Worldometer. I don't remember the name. Let me check. Worldometer, I guess. Yeah. So this is a website that is showing you the COVID-19 live statistics around the world. So let me open this. Yeah, you can see Worldometer website. It is showing how many corona cases are there, deaths are there, recovers are there. And if you just scroll down, here we have a table. We are interested only in a table because we need to do some analysis or some reporting on top of this. Now, if you see, we have a table. Now Power BI is very smart. Our Power BI is very smart. So if I look, or if I copy this URL and paste it here, copy and paste, simple, and just click on OK. So it takes some time because we are fetching the live connection. For that, your internet should be active, guys. You should have an internet connectivity for that because we are fetching a detailed data from the web. So let me explain you how the table looks like. So here you can see we have column names like country, total cases, total deaths, new deaths, total recovered, and so on. And on the rows, we have all the countries like starting from USA, which is having the highest cases, then India, France, and so on, so on. You can see there are more than 200 countries. Yeah, more than 200 countries in row wise, and we have all the data. Now let us look at in Power BI how we can see it. Yeah, so we got a navigator here. It will show you what is there inside that web. So it is asking you, do you want to see the web view or the table view? So I'll keep a table view only. So it is browsing. I need few seconds to have a quick preview on it. Yeah, we got the HTML tables here and the suggested table. So we got all the details like what are the tables present in that web or in that link, that this worldometer link. All the tables are shown here. So we will have a quick review or preview on how that table looks like. So if you click on table 1, it will show you a preview like this is your table. Let us wait for a few seconds. You can see this looks like your table. There are so many null values and so many other nulls and so on, and there are no correct column headers also. We need to do a lot of cleaning on this data in Power Query. So if you look at table 2, and I guess that would give you the same result. Yeah, that would also give you the same result. You can see here. Okay. So you can see the suggested table. Let me check what is there in this table 4. Yeah, we got something only 2 columns. Actually, we don't require these 2 columns. If you look at table 5, it is directing some more tables. It is showing me some table called total cases, daily cases, and so on. The table may be somewhere at the bottom or at the top. We need to check it, but we want to do the analysis on these table, that is exactly on the table 1. So let me click on table 1. Let me enable this by just clicking on this small box here. Now it will ask you whether you want to load that data and transform the data. Obviously, you can see there are so many null values here, and I don't want those null values to be loaded in the Power BI desktop. So I'll just click on transform data. We will be redirected to the Power Query. So we'll do some cleaning there. We remove all the null values there, and then we load that into our Power BI desktop. Okay. So now we can see that if you look at the data, actually our first column or the first row, first headers, sorry, I mean headers. So there are country, total cases, new cases, and the first record is of USA country. But if you see here, our first record is USA, it is showing here. Then why you are getting these records like world, Europe, Asia, North America, South America? Where are these records from? So if you look carefully, here we got some continents. Can you see that? If you click on Europe, if you click on North America, if you click on Asia, South America, you are getting all the details of the continents. But we don't want the data to be separated by continent, but I want complete data. So what I can do, I don't want continent data, so I'll just remove the null values from this ash column. So I don't want South America, that I don't want these all continents. So click on this and remove or unselect the null values. It is simple. It is same like a Excel, what we do in Excel. So just click on OK. And now I guess that continents will be removed and you will get the values from 1, 2, 3, 4. And you can see USA, India, and so on. And there are 230 rows, I guess. You can see all 230 countries are there now. And here you have null values, obviously, because these countries do not get a new cases. Now don't need to change this. If you remove null values, then all the records will be removed and you get only the countries which have the new cases. So we need to keep it same. Just scroll on the right side. No, don't change on the new deaths. But if you look at the total recovered, actually this should be a number. Obviously, you can see this should be a number. But if you compare between total deaths and total recovered columns, total deaths is showing 1, 2, 3. That is correctly assigned. Data type is correctly assigned. But if you look at total recovered, that should be number. Like you should get a number, but here you are getting text like ABC. You can click on this, you can change that to a whole number. So let me click on that whole number and see what happens. Yeah, now you got a number correctly assigned. Now let us look quickly. Here also we got an ABC. We need to check why we got an ABC. And now we are getting some error on this. So let me see. Here you got some error. That's why it was not converting. We got an error. So let me remove that step, whatever I changed, and let me fix it. What was that error? So here you got some NA values. So NA values are like we do not have any record for this country for total recovered. So we do not have any record, or that record can be missing. You can see NA values are not there. Because of this NA values, you cannot convert to a number. If you convert also, let me show you. If you convert also, you will get an error for this column. It will show that, hey, there are some records errors here. You can see there are some errors here. There are some errors. We don't know what are those errors and how you can convert to a number. So I'll tell you how to remove that errors later on. So let me first go scroll on and look at all the other columns. Numbers, decimal values. I can see numbers, and here you have some null values. All columns have null values. From column 17 and 21 you have all null values. So let me click on all this. You can use shift and click all, or you can select one by one by using control. Right click, and I want to remove the columns. Click on remove columns. All the selected columns are removed. You can see the step here. Now your data looks good than before, but you need to do some changes for the data types on the continent. No, on the uh, let me check on the total recovered. We can do that. So to do that, first you need to replace the value of this NA. You can use a function called replace value, a simple and beautiful function. Click on that, and what you want to replace. So you need to specify that, hey, I want to replace the NA. NA, replace it to 0. Now you might ask me like, What do you mean by zero? Like, so in that countries, the total recovered are zero? No, I don't know. I'm just guessing. So how to replace the null values and what to replace, that is a big history again. So we need to do a lot of statistics for this. Now you can ask me like, why you are taking zero? Do I know exactly what is there in the on this country? I don't know, but just I'm imagining that we do not have a record, so I'm taking it zero. So if I click on 0, all this NA value on this column will be replaced with 0. Yeah, you can see 0 here. You can see wherever you have 0, that can be your NA value or not applicable, or we do not have a data for that country. Now I guess everything looks in a number. I can change that in a number. Now you may ask like why we need this number. I'll tell you why we need this in a number format. Now we don't have any error. Errors have been removed. I think everything looks good, beautiful. The data is cleaned, it is shaped. So to clean the data, to shape the data, we use a Power Query editor. So now I'll click on close and apply, and we will be going inside our Power BI desktop. So we are using a new tool in Power BI desktop, a Power Query to reshape the data, to clean the data. Once you clean the data, you load that into your Power BI desktop. So it takes 1 or 2 seconds. We have only one table. It will take 1 or 2 seconds. So you can see all records have been uploaded or loaded in this. Once I open this table, you can see here you have a lot of summation, summation, summation. So what does it summation means? These are the numbers. These are the numbers, and these, like without summation, are your text. That means you can do some analysis based on this text like country, continent with the other numerical values. So let me create 1 or 2 visuals, a very simple visuals. So let me take a column chart and let me do analysis based on the continent with the total cases, or total case, yeah, total cases somewhere here. So I'll just click on it. Now you can beautifully see that Europe is having the highest cases when it comes to continent. But if I look on the country wise, so country wise, let me take a bar chart for that. I'll take a country wise with a total cases. Now you can see the first country itself is USA. With few clicks, you can build a beautiful visuals, USA, India, and so on. So now tell me, like, if you want a correct number on this USA, you get a tooltip obviously, but if you want to display a number here, you need to do the formatting. So go to format and you just on the data labels. So this data labels, you can easily see that how many million people have been affected by this COVID-19. So you can build in this way, but when you are dealing with country, continent, it is recommended to use a maps. So if I convert that to a map, if I click on map, you get a world map. You can see world map, and these are the countries that are affected by COVID-19. And the bubble size, you can check the bubble size here. Wherever you have more cases, the size of the bubble has been increased. So you can keep it in this way. Okay, now you can take any other, and let me take one card visual and show you. Yeah, if I click on Europe, so it will show you only the Europe region with the COVID cases. If I click on Asia, it will interact. So these two visuals are interacting with each other. So all the visuals in Power BI will be interacting with each other. So let me click on the card visual and let me take a population here. Now you can see the total population of the world is 8 billion. According to this report, Worldometer report, it is 8 billion. So this is a card visual. We need to do a lot of formatting. We will do that later on. So if I check what is the total cases affected, let me put that in a card visual and see. Hey, from 8 billion people, 634 million people have been affected with the total cases. I can easily do that. If you are in Excel, you need to select all the values in that record and you get a sum somewhere here. you need to do lot of things. But in Power BI, with few clicks, you can play with this. So I'll put that in a pie chart. I think this looks good. You can see pie chart, and I can easily find out that Europe is having the highest cases. So you can check the details related to the deaths also. So let me take a column chart now. I will check continent with a new cases. So you can see Asia is having the highest, or the new cases, number of new cases increasing in continent Asia. So you can do analysis. So this is how we can connect web directly to Power BI in a very easy way. Not only COVID, you can take any web URL where you have tables and you can fetch the data from here. Now, if you ask me like, so tomorrow if I come and if I see that some of the cases have been increased for the countries, so will that be reflected on this? Definitely you will be reflected. So you have an refresh button here. So if I click on this refresh, automatically your table or whatever values are there in your URL, if that is updated, automatically your Power BI will be updated. Now your question would be, so each and every time shall I click on this refresh? Yes, you do not have that option in Power BI desktop. If you want to make it automate, and if you want to say that, hey, after 12 o'clock, I want to do refresh automatically, so you need to go to Power BI service. So that is where we go with Power BI service. I can see that you click on this publish, you will be redirected to Power BI service. There you need to schedule the refresh, like, hey, I want to refresh after every 4 hours, after every 12 hours you get the updated data. So this is a simple understanding how we can connect your web URL to the Power BI desktop and create a report on top of that. Thank you for watching this video, guys. If you like the content, please subscribe to my channel, like the video, and share it with your friends. Keep learning.